In this video, we're going to talk about the culture shocks of Canada, right? The thing is, I think it's people like us who succeed when we come to Canada. When I was coming to Canada, I used to watch a lot of videos, like things that I need to know or be prepared for when I reach. And to be honest, nothing could have prepared me enough for being here. Probably, sometimes I say maybe I didn't watch enough videos, or maybe they could have been more honest, but they were honest. It's just that, you know, when you're excited coming here, you're so anxious, you can't wait for this new life. Even though you hear it, you tell yourself, I can manage when I get there. Truth is, you can manage and you will, but when you finally experience it, that is when you will be like, oh, I get it now, I get it. So before any further ado, let's get into this video and let me tell you some things that I was told about the culture shocks of Canada. But it was when I got here, I was like, ooh, I get it now, I get it. See, Canada, everything costs money. Not saying that where you're coming from, everything doesn't cost money, but here it is so easy to spend. It's like, without even trying, you'll spend and not even realize you're spending. Because, let me give you an example. You take the train, you see everywhere the train stops, best believe there is a mall, or there's this little store, there's just something there always. I don't know, it's like people think, when people here are starting businesses, they think about the needs or the wants, to play on the wants of people, because they probably think you don't need it or you don't want it, but the minute you come off that train or that bus, you see that and you're like, oh, something clicked in your brain and you're like, oh, I should get this. Truth is, it was never on your mind, but it's so much in your face. And then boom, you gone spend that money, and then you'll be like, oh, you check your bank account, oh, I'm $10 less. It all adds up. So you want to be careful. That's the first thing. That's one of the culture shock. Like, it wasn't really so shocking for me because I don't know, it's like you just don't realize until you realize. So that's something to be aware of. The weather. You see, if you're coming from a Caribbean island like myself, you see that little Christmas breeze and you get cold and you draw for the sweater and the jacket as a feel a little breeze. Because that's the Jamaican in you, that's the Trinidadian in you, you know what I mean? But this weather, your body will get accustomed to it over time, but you still never get used to it. This weather, it brings about with it not just the cold, but depression, loneliness. Your brain starts going off. Yeah, you see what I did there? Yeah, it does. It brings about things with it that you never experienced before, because winters here in Canada, you know, in the US and elsewhere, probably last about 3-4 months. In Canada, probably 6-7 months. Half of the year is winter, because even when it's spring, it's still snowing. And especially if you're coming here and you're coming here by yourself, honey, God go with you. Me nah go. So God go with you. Like, you see your husband, your pitney, your brother, your boyfriend, and then you're supposed to have carry them with you and I left them carry them with you. Because the depression, it is real. It is real. Even with having people with you, you can still feel a bit depressed, because remember, it's a new country. You have no family member apart from the people in the household with you, so it can be a bit depressing. Not a bit, it can be depressing. If you watch other videos, you will see them saying it can be a bit depressing. You see other YouTubers talk about it and the truth about depression being here when it's cold. That is why anyone who is coming to Canada, I always tell them, go where family is. I know maybe the school fees are a bit more in Ontario or some of those places, but if you have to go to Prince Edward Island, it's only 1 year. You'll get through it. You can, but just be prepared. I think the best thing you can do for yourself is to prepare yourself mentally, because once you are mentally strong, nothing can phase you or will phase you. You'll get through it. So that's just something to be aware of. Everybody is working. Yes, in a country like Canada and the US, everybody busy working. It's not like Jamaica or maybe some other Caribbean country. We can be like, hey, what's up? You think we should go out later? Whether you have friends and family close by, you're going to realize real quick. Even when you start building links with persons from school and you're having friends, you're going to realize real quick. You have to plan in advance, because everybody is working. People here are so busy. Everybody is working. And I get to realize after being here, I believe in the whole work thing when you're young. I get to realize that people are working not because some persons have good jobs and their one job can sustain them, but hey, you're here already. You have the opportunity to make more money. You're not sick while you're at home in bed. Like I said, it is cold. It's always snowing. I think people work a lot. I was saying this to my husband recently. I think people work a lot here because what else are going to do? It's snowing outside, really, right? Why not just work? When you go to work, you see your co-workers, you talk, you work, and you make money meanwhile. Just like me, I've been here and I only can work 20 hours, but what I could do, I always say to myself, is I could go to the gym, right? But then I'm like, why do I need to go to the gym when I have a job that I think the work is so hard? I'm burning fat, right? Why do I need to pay money again to go to the gym? I don't need to, because I'm working. When I work, I lose weight. You know what I mean? So some things, it's just not going to. You can be paid for doing something, for doing work, for doing even carrying people around Uber. You can get paid for that. So why sit at home? There are so many things that you can make money from doing things. If you like shopping, you can make money for shopping for people. You can make, so why just go to the mall just to look when you can shop for someone and make money from it? You know what I mean? It's just, so people are always working. So be prepared for that. Be prepared to come in an environment where you're going to find yourself working, not necessarily to survive, but because you can make money. And why not make money? You know what I mean? Why not? So if you're someone who loves to make money, this is for you. This life is for you. Yeah, I thought I was coming from a third world country in a first world country. So another shocker for me was the road thing. If you're planning on driving in Canada, this is new and it will be new to you. I think this kind of made me a bit scared to drive, along with other reasons I don't really want to talk about. But yeah, the road, when you're in your home country, and in my home country, you have a filter light if you want to turn. There's always a filter light. Here, you realize quickly that a lot of places on major roadways, there's not a filter light. You literally have to push ahead, right? Look at the video, look at the car. Like, you have to go up, wait until that lane that is coming is clear, then you make the turn. That is scary as hell. Like, why is there not a filter light, right? But the thing is, I've seen it even in cities, yeah, for some roadways, and I've seen some places though they do have it. But that's the thing with here, is I found that weird. Why wasn't that there from the beginning? But that's something to get used to. No filter light for some places. That's shocking for me. And I noticed it because I used to drive back home, and I was thinking of getting a car here, but no, I'm good. I'll take the bus. Black people, us, yes, beautiful melanated skin, we are minority. We are few. Other immigrants from other countries, they are few too. It's a lot of Indians. It was a joke. When I was getting my eyebrows done, the microblading process, if you haven't watched that video, please to watch it. The girl who was doing my brows, she was an Indian, and she was saying to me, isn't it shocking that when you came to Canada, you noticed it was a lot of Indians and not white people? And I was like, but I had to control myself because I was like, yeah, like, that's so true. I noticed it. And she was like, yeah, we just packed up our stuff and came here. So a lot of Indians here. She's like, this is an Indian country. I'm like, yeah, I realized. And then I was saying to her, so where are the white people? Where did they go? She's like, I guess they just left when they realized that we were moving in. It's an immigrant country, baby. Immigrants. Black people are few. The Indians are a lot here. They are the main immigrants here. And another thing is, along the same line, is and one of the beauty of this country, and I guess that's what makes it beautiful here, one of the beauty of this country is that you'll realize that you'll be sitting on a bus, you'll be walking, and you hear so many different languages. That is a shocker for me, because because I've always traveled to the US, and the persons are always speaking English. I know they say America is the land of immigrants. No, Canada beat them. Canada is the land of immigrants. And in America, people will be like, oh, speak English. This is an English speaking country. Speak English. Here, nobody cares what language you want to speak. They do not. In America, you have African American, Asian American. In Canada, it's just Canadian. You're just a Canadian. Immigrants. The dream, the Canadian dream, is here for you. Black people are few here, and sometimes I realize it, like anytime I go in a store and someone sees me, like Nigerians, because I think they are the largest set of black persons here, more than us Caribbean. They see you, they will try to ensure that you have eye contact with them, and they'll try to ensure that you see them too, just to say hi. Yeah, I love that. And I'll just ensure and acknowledge, I see you, my brother, I see you, my sister. Yeah. Yeah. Food. Here, food was a shocker, because yes, you go in the supermarket and you see all types of different food, but it's buying yam and you go home and you think it is yam, but it is not your Caribbean yam. No, you buy sweet potato and you go home and you think, hey, it's sweet potato, that's the name of it, right? But then when you put it in the pot and you're cooking it, you realize quick, that thing will boil out, that thing will disappear, right? That was a shocker. So the potato, it doesn't taste the same. For me, I no longer eat sweet potato. My husband still eats it, but I no longer eat sweet potato. Yam, when I go to the Jamaican store, I get the Jamaican yam, because that yam is the yam I know, but there are different types of yams. There are so many different food here. So that you have to be prepared for. Like, even though it might say yam, even though it might say sweet potato, the taste might be a bit different, and you might need to go to your African store or your Caribbean store to get the one that you know. Yeah, disclaimer. So your diet might change a bit, so be careful and be aware of that. Yeah, the food is just different. Like, you'll see some things that you've never seen in your life before. Like, you'll see some names that you've never, it might look like your local food, it might look, but the name is different. The name might be same and it looks similar, but it is not. And when you cook it, it tastes different. Like for me, sweet potato, tastes different. Nah, nope. You have to be prepared for that. Make the move. You'll get it. it's not so hard. Whether you have to sign up in the express entry, that's one way, or you know, school pathway is another way. It will not be anything you regret. Maybe at first when you just get here and things maybe not working out as how you planned, but with time, everything take a little time, right? It will work out. Maybe you applied and maybe you got denied. Do not give up. Rome wasn't built in a day. All the best to you on your journey. And sometimes, I always like to say, sometimes you think you know best, but you might just need an immigration consultant, a good one, that is. Do your research. All the best. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you for subscribing to my channel. Yes, thank you. I have a question. This kind of, what do you prefer more? Do you like when I do sit down videos like this, giving you the tea? Because you know I'm telling you the truth. One thing about me, I'm not afraid to speak the truth. If you like sit down videos like this more, let me know and I'll do more of these. And if you prefer vlogs, let me know. The vlogs are coming, they're coming, but for now it's going to be a bit more sit downs because school is back in session and it's a lot of work. So thank you so much for watching my video. Love you. Walk good. All the best on your journey. You can do it. Bye.